Going live, going live. Any minute. And we're I think live. We're live. Are we live?
It looks
Any minute.
That's so interesting. From my end, it says like custom live streaming service, and it has like a little.
I think we're live, but it's not showing on my on my screen. But I believe we're live. Say hello in the chat, everyone. Um, if you can see us, if we're real people.
Real
I
people.
think we're on. That's us on. We're definitely on. So, hello and welcome to this week's quantum, psychic, akashic, energy readings, clearings, healings, whatever it is that you ask us for. And welcome to my special guest, Manda from Lotus Leo. Hello.
Hi.
And I was doing a little bit of homework, Manda. You first did an energy healing for me. I love this wand. I'm just going to keep waving it around as I talk. Um, in January 2021.
Wow. Has it
And
been that long? That is so
yes.
crazy. Wow, time flies.
And I don't remember if I told you at the time, I was uh sleeping in my son's room on his floor because he'd had night terrors for years.
You did give me that feedback afterwards,
Yeah,
after it was a wellness reading,
that's
correct?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was exhausted,
Oh,
and I remember getting maybe 4 hours sleep. I remember he was up in the night and he was like screaming a bit and stuff. And then I woke up the next day and it's like, I feel great. Like, how is that possible? That's impossible. I'd been so stressed for so many months, and the only thing I recognized about being able to relax
mm,
was going on vacation. And but I hadn't been on vacation. I'd been in a really stressed situation, and it was like
yeah.
midweek at work. And I just remember this thing, and it wasn't until I remember I looked at my phone and you'd sent me this reading. It's like, John, here's your wellness reading, and I was like, I still don't really understand what that is, but I feel great. And I remember looking, like watching it, and you're describing how I'd be like sat in meetings and like dimming my light, and all I could physically describe was this. Um, I had bubbles around. I could only describe like this cloud, this horrible mist and fog in my chest, and you
Yeah.
kept talking about that, and it's like, how do you know like you're on the other side of the planet while I'm sleeping?
It's
And
just incredible what energy can do and how you can feel it from anywhere. I mean, we feel energy from other dimensions, you know what I mean? So, of course, I'm going to feel you if I connect and set the intention to do a wellness reading. I remember it was one of the first wellness readings that I had recorded for someone.
mm,
So it was really beautiful. You know how a reading is. We kind of get into this other state and you kind of don't know what you've said by the end of it. And you're
yeah,
like, wow, I really hope the message resonates. And then you get the feedback and you kind of remember going through it. But it's just such a beautiful experience to have to be able to share wisdom that comes from my higher self to you, and just be able to help you in the ways that I can. So to know that it did help, and to know you were going through such a stressful time, and for what it could do for you, that just like makes me feel like, oh
uh,
well, that's the whole goal here, is just to help others, right?
yeah,
And so to know that it did help you, that makes me feel great. So thank you for sharing that.
you absolutely did. Thank you. And you, it was real for me, and I
Yeah.
think, and it's so funny, right? Like here we are in Halloween, and I'm wearing a witch's hat with a wand that someone gave me after I left my company, and here I am just a few years later doing this for a living.
Love it.
And it and every moment, we have these moments of doubt, right? Self-doubt is like the biggest killer of dreams, right? It's like the thing inside of us that's always chasing fast behind us, unless we like turn around and say, it's okay, John, you're human too. You can have self-doubt, and just give it a big cuddle, and like, it's okay.
Yes.
It's actually
Yes.
real. You're gonna be fine.
I
Um
love
and
that.
and I every time like I'm not sure, or I think of like, how did that session go for a client? I hope it resonated with them. Maybe they're a bit quiet in it. And I always think back to that session you did for me because it was the biggest, like energetic awakening for me. It was like this. Well, I remember that was real. That was real for me. So if it can be
Yeah.
just a fraction of that for someone else, um, you know, they're only going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you.
Of
And
course.
to introduce you, I'd love, because I'll forget later, right? And you've just got the hour with us, so I don't want to miss at the end. But yeah, how do people connect with your great work?
So through Instagram, I have an Instagram, Lotus Leo, lotus.leo. And basically, I saw in 2020 there was a need for help and support within the spiritual community to get through COVID. That was the first thing that sparked the leadership in me to kind of step up and help others, because I needed help too. And it was just a very beautiful start to this journey. So I opened my Instagram up, I made it public, and I just started doing like little readings for people that I knew, like very close friends. And then I connected with other spiritual like mentors that were in the community and collaborated with them, and that helped kind of grow my following. And the people, like the visibility was getting bigger, and that was really great. And that's where we're at kind of now. I don't do it full time. I wish I could, but on the spare time that I do, I share daily card readings that I do for wellness. And I try my best to like do like free one card readings once a week if I can get that done in the midst of the craziness of life. So I try and do that. But I'm very much here for wellness readings. It's a recorded reading that's 30 minutes. That's what John has had ordered for me before. And basically, it's a reading where I look at your body, mind, and spirit. I connect to my higher self. We set a very safe setting, and I do a reading for those three elements, and I pull cards. And at the very end, I do a healing based on what information I got and where I feel the healing needs to happen within the body, mind, and spirit. So that's basically me in a nutshell. And I love helping others, and I love being here right now. And I'm ready to get the ball rolling. I can already feel the energy. I feel like a little bit of fire within me, like the energy moving. I lit my protection candle. It's right there. So we are ready to go, John.
Fabulous, thank you. Yes, please do check out Manda's amazing work. I'll make sure there's a link in the description and comment after. But if anyone wants to look up at Manda and copy and paste into the chat, please do. So yeah, let's get started. I will let's get started. Bling. So I'll start us by setting up a safe space, and then we'll get through people's requests. So while we're doing this, just asking everyone to put in your requests in capitals. The incredible Viviani will be selecting your requests randomly. Please do not hassle Viviani, and if you hassle her, I'll ban you. We do this
Banned.
work for a ban for free, and donations are welcomed. And certainly today they'll be shared with anything that comes in will be shared with Manda. Um, and if your name is selected, just say hello in the chat so we know you're still here, and we will get to it. So if you'd like to join me, we'll begin by taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain at this time, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And from the divine spark in the center of your heart, extend the light cord up through the top of your head, up through the sky and through the stars, all the way up until you reach the highest dimension of source. And there, connecting your light cord into source. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down through the stars, through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And this time, from the center of your heart, extend the light cord down through the root of your spine, all the way down through the layers of the planet until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. And we send her so much love and gratitude at this time. Just allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, we expand out our individual golden bubbles of protective light to surround each of us individually at first, setting the intention that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good love and compassion can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. We invite in our guides, our higher selves, our ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia for our guidance and clearing, healing, protection, and assistance with accessing the Akashic records or anything else we request assistance for. And through space and time, I create a golden bubble around all those in the live stream and in the replay. And I set the intention for the boundaries of this session today that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good love and compassion can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And for Manda and I invite in our guides, our higher selves. I invite in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia, and any other being that Manda chooses to invite in at this time. And when requested, when we're servicing people's requests, we will invite forwards yourself, your higher self, and your guides. And until then, we request that you keep your space, give us space so that we can service readings from others. And we're here to assist people with quantum, psychic, Akashic readings, clearings, healings, and we are ready to go. Thank you so much. And I didn't knock my hat off. Okay.
That was beautiful, John. Thank you for setting that space and the intention.
Oh, my pleasure. So we have the first. This is for Candy B. And I usually just give myself a note so I don't forget who I'm talking about. So Candy B is asking for, I may have a limiting belief and root chakra, or may I have a limiting belief and root chakra clearing and healing, please? Been feeling lost and angry lately. And how would you like to do it, Manda? We can go in parallel. I can go first. You can go first. You choose.
Well, you go first, John.
Okay.
You go first, and then I'll follow up.
No problem. Just taking note. Root chakra limiting and lost. Okay. So just asking Candy B to step forwards and your higher self and your guides. I would like to assist with removing limiting beliefs, to check in on your root chakra, any healing required. Feels like your higher self, Candy B, is like just showing me this like jungle, and what you're doing is like kind of navigating through this jungle to step forwards. Like your higher self is like weaving its way through all these vines and trees just to get through to me. This feels like the limitations around you. They feel like the branches and cords of everything going on in your life at this time. I'm just asking your guide, like, should this be left as it is? Is this really holding you back? Like, how does Candy B best deal with these these chaotic limitations around you. Yeah, your guide is saying to like clear this space like with a sword. Like I see you like you're like going ha! And like going around
Chopping it
chopping down,
down.
yeah, chopping it all down. Like you would clear, like create this clearing. It's almost like in a forest, you were creating a clearing to do um like farming, like you'd create space for crops or a home.
Hmm.
And this seems really important. It's like a series of like cutting cords, reevaluation of everything that's going on in your life, all those energy drains. These are physical and metaphysical, like anything that's taking your time away from you. And there are, I think, yeah, I do offer a cord cutting meditation in the 14-day spirit guide meditations. Towards the end of it, there's a cord cutting meditation you can do. There's lots of different ways. I remember Amanda, you had like your was it small but mighty scissors? They're so cool.
I have them right here.
Yay, the
So
famous
I was
scissors.
like, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to cut some, use the small but mighty scissors if you want me to.
Fabulous. Yeah, why don't you go ahead? And while you do that, I'll take a look at the root chakra.
Okay. So I'm going to connect, it was Candy, correct?
Yeah, Candy B. That's right.
Candy, I'm connecting to that root chakra and specifically those energy cords that I'm feeling. I am feeling energy, yes, within the root chakra, like you're mentioning, but I do feel within that solar plexus, ooh, these connections that I kind of want to get rid of with myself, small but mighty scissors that I have right here. So I'm going to pull these connections. I'm pulling them. These could be connections to events, to people, to trauma, to memories. And I'm just, whoo, my whole arm is like tingling. This is like some strong energy. So I'm just going to pull them all so I can gather them up together, kind of winding them around, bringing them forward. And I cut them with my small but very mighty scissors. So we're just cutting away at that energy. We're throwing that away. Wiping our hands clean of that energy, removing that energy from the solar plexus, kind of finding that connection now between the other chakras. It was kind of like a block. Now I can connect down to that root chakra. I'm feeling that root chakra. And I don't know, John, if you want to continue or if you would like for me to, it's up to you.
Yeah, I first of all did a clearing on the root chakra. Perhaps you could check again through it. Because I feel like there's more to do with helping the root chakra connect into the ground. It
Mm,
feels like, how trees can feel crowded and they don't want to lay their roots. And I felt that for your root chakra, Candy.
yeah, I can feel like my hand is shaking. I can feel that energy. So we're just going to find the balance of the root and I'm going to remove any stagnant energy. The way I like to describe it, I think I described it to you, John, this way is like a mirror that I can kind of see, and I
Mm.
see like dark spots in the mirror, and I just want to clear them out. So we're just clearing those out. Okay, feels a little bit clearer, a little bit more balanced, more grounded. Yeah, it feels better. Oh,
That's good.
yeah.
That's fantastic. I love the way you describe it as well. And I felt that on my hand, like as your hand was vibrating, I could feel my left hand vibrating. Candy B is saying, for some reason, my solar plexus chakra is really heavy. And no matter how much grounding I do, I still feel like I'm in the sky. I felt that as you were starting to went, as you were going further down, Amanda, I felt this like huge burst of energy in my heart. Like it was Candy's heart, like just suddenly lifting back up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it did feel like your root chakra candy really struggles to find to or struggled to find that space. Um, and that's also why some of that energy gets blocked up in there because you're struggling to ground your roots.
Hmm.
Um, but I feel like that's great progress. I don't think there's anything else required at this time. Definitely practicing. I think the two things to look at uh, can be, from my perspective, are to practice your. How you're saying, I can feel these tingles in my body. Feels awesome. That's fabulous. Yeah, definitely. If you can go outside and be in nature, or go barefoot. I always do these sessions barefoot, so I can go straight outside afterwards and walk in my grass
Yeah.
and just drain myself like a glass of muddy water, just drain all that energy out into the ground and ask Mother Earth to to transmute. And the other thing is, yeah, try more, like cord cutting is like a really good practice to get into. You could try that on my free meditations, and energy leaks. If you find anything else, like they can be things like your video streaming service subscription to, oh yeah, there's that thing I do for that person once a month, or like whatever it is, just challenge yourself, like, why am I really doing this, and is it serving my highest good? Brilliant. And yeah, if you can't go outside to grounding and meditation is still a great start. And sometimes I'll just get a house plant as well, and I'll just like sit with it. I was like, it's like I'm giving it a cuddle, but I'm just like touching its leaves, and it's
Yeah.
like that nature connection is really important.
That's perfect. I love that.
Fabulous. So let's go on to the next person. This is Suzette Suniverse. So yeah, Suzette Suniverse. A clearing, please. And TU, is that, I don't know what TU is,
Hmm.
but I'm good with clearing. Let us know if TU is something or just a spelling mistake. So Suzette clearing. Shall I go first, Manda?
Sure.
Oh, TU is thank you. Thank you too. Okay,
Perfect.
so just asking Candy to step back and wishing you a smooth healing journey, and for Suzette to step forwards, one of your guides and your higher self to assist with clearing. Your guide is showing me your heart, your solar plexus, and a bit on your throat. So I'm just going to scan down through your chakras for clearing. So I'm going to bring down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source above to just above Suzette's head, set intention to clear and to heal and to energize. Just working my way down the crown. The crown's a little bit small, but it seems quite healthy. And the third eye is okay. Just filling your chakras as I go with this love of source energy into your throat. Like what I see is like this. It's almost like this T shape. There's this dark energy, and it sits across. It's almost like there's a sword down your throat. Sorry to share a grim visual. Um, and like the T of the handle is across the throat, and then it's going down through the heart into the solar plexus. It does feel like a witch wound, like a past life wounding. Let me see if I can pull this out from the throat. Ina uro soromotara inirama. So I'm just talking to this entity, this sword. You don't have permission to be here anymore. We remove you at this time. Ara ina uro. Just gently pulling that out. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. It was much bigger as I pulled it out than I realized. It reminded me of the Scottish claymore, which I think is really wide. I think it's a really large sword. But it doesn't feel like physically as it was as long as that. So just scanning down, just bringing healing energy to the throat, the heart. And the main attack seems to be on the solar plexus. Let's bring in some dragon light language just to help reignite that fire within your solar plexus. Aram Dira. Good. And then connecting into the sacral and root and grounding into earth. Okay. Let me know how it goes for you, Manda.
That was beautiful, John. I feel exactly where you were at. I was there too. Just so you know, I've been just casting like a protective energy around you while you were doing that because I could
Thank you.
feel the entity
Mm-hmm.
that was there. Um, the visual that you gave, I could see it, and it was not gruesome, but just very such a vivid image that I was able to see. So I don't know if we saw the same thing, but whew, to see the actual action of the removal of the stone was beautiful. So the sword was beautiful.
Yeah.
I said stone because I feel like this still this heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly where it's at, so I'm trying to locate it. What I'm being told right now is to go to the aura and to do some cleansing of the aura. Our aura is connected to our chakra points.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to do some picking of energy within that space to remove this energy that I'm feeling. I'm going to scoop that away, move it away, clearing that out. I'm going to check the aura one more time. Just going to put some balance within it by sprinkling, since we did do a removal of an entity. I'm going to sprinkle some light energy throughout the aura. You may be feeling some butterflies around your head, your shoulders, your back. This is me just sprinkling that energy within your aura to help bring just beautiful light energy to you. There we go.
That's wonderful.
All right. What do you feel, John?
It feels a lot better. Yeah. I saw you, it, these sparkles like sprinkled across the aura. That was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, and Suzette says, feels amazing. Wow. Thank you both so much. And blows kisses and two angel emojis. Thank you, Suzette. That was really beautiful. I was curious about the stone. It felt like it was there because I kept looking at the solar plexus, and that's where the sword was like pushed into.
Yes.
Um, and it feels like that had since gone. Like I don't know where and when that's gone, but that was the purpose of the sword to deactivate that. And you know it's often symbolic of the truth within us, that stone. And yeah, I feel like that's a huge step forward, Suzette. So I wish you all the best with your healing integration, and thank you for your request. Okay, this is so much fun working with you, Amanda. I love
Yay.
it. um, you know, I think sometimes when we work with others, that because it's all energy, right? Sometimes when you just work really well with someone, everything sparkles. Like just everything you do just is very easy and in flow. And I'm very grateful for that experience with you. So thank you.
Oh, no, this is great. I feel like I'm like not like in the zone, but like where I'm at right now is just like such a beautiful space. And
Mm-hmm.
if I could carry this throughout the day, I
Yay.
would. You know what I mean? Like it's just so
I'll send you
beautiful.
my wand.
Yes. Take it.
um, And if it gets bad, right, just use your scissors.
Use those scissors. It's small but mighty.
Exactly. So, Amy Harris, can I please get a clearing and healing, please? Yes, you can. And healing. So, just asking Suzette and your higher self and guides to step back, and for Amy Harris to step forwards, your guide and higher self for clearing and healing. I'm just being drawn. I say drawn to your feet, like your guide's like, there, John, the feet. Like really, really obvious. Okay. And this isn't it's not necessarily your feet itself. I think this is I'm being drawn there because of my reflexology
Mhm.
knowledge. Like your guide wants me to trace up through your nervous system. Wow. And I'm just feeling this like really quite intense heat and pressure on the back of my neck on the right side. So let me trace up. So let me look at the neck first of all. So the neck reflex is just around the base of the big toe. And this is on your right, Amy. Let me take a look and just trace up through here. So I'm just going to scan up. I'm going to bring a column of golden light and usually I bring it from above, but I'm going to bring it up from Gaia's heart with her permission. Thank you, Gaia. And I'm just going to use this light to trace up through your leg and then up to the spine. Okay. What I'm seeing, like, as I'm going up the spine, I'm seeing, Amy, like these dotted, um, like little attachments on this right side of your spine. Just checking the left also as I go up. They seem to be like in between, they're kind of almost in between the vertebrae, but they're on the outside, so they're not like exactly between them. This I can see 5. And then going up to your neck. And there's one attached to your neck, but it's coming through like it's affecting your throat chakra. It seems to be this message I'm hearing for you, Amy, is like it's like you're being told, "Oh, I can't do that." You know, oh, well, I can't do that, and well, that's not for me. Oh, I can't do that, and it's almost like this. This is like one entity, but it's kind of broken up into different parts, and it's influencing you to really kind of it's trying to like antagonize you to say, you know, to put you down and say, you know, you can't do that, you can't do these things, this isn't
Mhm.
for you. And you have a reaction to this, and your reaction happens in other places in your heart and in your solar plexus, which is why it's going to spread across you. So I'm just going to pick this entity out, and since it's scattered everywhere, I'm just going to ask you, Manda, to take a look down the spine plus anything else I may have missed,
Okay.
and just make sure that this entity doesn't come apart as I work down. So I'm just working down from the throat chakra with my light sword, just shrinking it down to the size of a small knife. And I'm just going to take it from the back of the spine. The throat is. Then it has these thin connections down. The next one's just behind the heart. So that's 3. And then down just above the solar plexus, it's 4. Between the solar plexus and sacral is the 5th. Okay. It's almost like a kind of centipede, but it's like all stretched out. It's like shrinking back together. So I'm just checking if it has anything else attached. Ina uro motora ma. It says no, but I don't believe it. I don't know if it's just pointless asking an entity. Okay. Lesson learned, John. Okay, just scanning down. There is something in the root, but I don't think it's this entity. Okay,
No.
return to source or never turn here again. Okay, good. Just bring in healing energy through the throat and heart and solar plexus and sacral chakra. Okay. I can keep looking at
The
it's
root.
the root chakra. Did you
Yeah.
how did you get on?
Um, so I'm trying to see what I'm feeling. I see it's like it's really interesting, but it's like the legs of a table and one of the legs is missing. And it's like that's the connection to Gaia. It's like there's a energy cord that's needed to be connected to Gaia that is not connected right now. So let me connect that to bring some balance to the root. So I'm just trying to find that connection and the root and finding Gaia, beautiful Gaia, who's always willing to help, to connect, to love. Making that connection now. Balancing out the root now that we've brought in that energy. There we go.
That's fabulous.
Okay. Clear that away.
Fantastic. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Let us know, Amy, how that went. Um, I felt like that. Yes, there was a reason for me looking at the right leg was to scan up through the spine, but um, it also felt like that was an area for the root to reconnect. And I saw that, Manda, as you're doing it like it's like both legs and then the root chakra directly into Gaia, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wish you a smooth integration. Amy, let us know in the chat how that went. And next we have Maggie Tool, who has stuck energy. She says, please, can I have a clearing of stuck energy? Yes, you can.
Yes, of course.
And Amy says, amazing. I feel amazing. And then there's a star
Yay.
and a heart. Thank you, Amy. Thank
Yay.
you for letting us know. Okay. So just asking Amy to step back, wishing you smooth integration with your healing, and for Maggie to step forwards and your guide and higher self so that we can assist with clearing and clearing stuck energy. Something very deep and dark connected up into you, Maggie. I see it's almost like a volcano. Let me put my wand down a second. It's almost like there's this point that comes down from lower realms. It feels like the upper realms of hell, and it reaches up through your lower chakras, and it's like it's just spiking up into it's up into the solar plexus, almost touching the heart. I'm
John,
just
I almost see it like I see that and it from the back wrapped around
oh, okay,
up
thank
through
you.
the back. Like,
It's really horrible. I'm just asking your guide what it is. It seems like first of all, like this this entity that is um, connected into you, it seems really large. It doesn't seem we'll be able to remove it, um, but it's more like it will return to hell. Um, And it just seems to have like caused this divide in your chakras, like it's pushed apart your lower chakras. Now they are still present. I just see them like sat either side. And yeah, that's such a firm grip, Manda. It's like, so that's the first thing I'm gonna go for. Now, because this is a live stream and because this energy work is pretty risky, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a golden bubble of protective light from the highest dimension of source. I'm going to encompass this being. So where it's attached to you and then where it's coming up through inside of you, just discerning any part of Maggie and this entity. And before I remove its grip, I'm just going to shake it up a little bit with some dragon light language, just to help ignite your heart, Maggie. That will help with this removal. Just to remember who you are. Okay, good. And now, just cutting away where it's gripped on either side. And just around the back of you now. I'm pulling this entity down and just very gently. And Manda, if you can keep an eye on the chakras, because I feel like they feel like they're going to come back together as I pull this down. But just to make sure that I'm not doing any harm. So down, it's away from the heart. It's now away from the solar plexus, sacral and root. That's out of your body. Let me get it out of your field, of your aura, your auric field. Okay. And I'll see if Archangel Michael can return to source, or never return here again. Yeah, he says that that will just have to return. It's choosing to return to hell, but it's quite far down. Like it's not. It's quite fascinating. It doesn't seem super interested directly in you, Maggie. It felt like it had been caused by. It was almost like an infection in your roots, in your deep roots, that this thing had managed to infect you. How did the chakras look to you, Manda?
They look good. I was going through each one and kind of creating balance and making sure that they stayed in the right area because I could feel like the solar plexus was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like vibrating
Mm-hmm.
like very erratically, like not in a rhythm
Yeah,
that you would usually see it in. So I was trying to make sure that that was good, but definitely helped you with the entity removal.
thank you.
Um, I just, for some reason, I'm being told to tell, it's Maggie, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Tell Maggie that these things happen, these types of entities. Don't feel like ashamed or bad or anything about that. We all get something like this from time to time through sometimes trauma, some things can attach to us, and especially through the root. So very thankful that John is able to do his wonderful work and remove that entity.
thank you. Yeah, I saw the. It was like the solar plexus was like vibrating out of phase. It was almost like it was not. It was like it was struggling to exist in third, fourth dimensions. Um, and yeah, I think that's a really beautiful message, Manda. The To me, it felt like a dark volcano. It's like it almost like it comes out of nowhere. You know, this
Mm.
spike that comes out of the ground. And yes, it'll take what it can get, but it really didn't feel personal. And it's not, of course you can trust grounding into Gaia. And that's one thing I also practice is whenever I'm grounding, I'm always very specific that it is Gaia I want to ground in because she has a lot below the surface. And there's a lot of beings below the surface, and that you're in safe hands with Gaia.
Yes,
And
love
thank you
that.
for looking out for me and for Maggie, Manda. That was very kind.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have 12 minutes of you, Manda. Is that right? Before you
Yes.
go,
Yes.
it's going so fast.
Unfortunately.
Slow
I
down.
know it is.
um, but yeah, we hope that helps, Maggie. Let us know. So we'll have time for one more with Manda, and then I'll be continuing on.
Mhm.
Um, Next we have Nathan, and Nathan Sipley is asking for help with throat and root chakras, and any messages from your guides on this sacred day. So throat
Beautiful.
and root.
Throat and root.
And by help, I know Nathan's been here many times, so he'll know what that he's asking for, a healing and clearing. And so yeah, let's just ask Maggie to step back, wishing you a smooth healing integration journey, Maggie, and then for Nathan simply to step forwards, your guide and higher self to assist you with your throat and root and any other messages at this time.
So, John, I don't know if you want to do it this way, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
being told that we could, if we want to. I could focus on the throat. You can focus on the root
Yeah.
at the same
Um,
time,
yeah, sounds
if
good.
if
What
you want to.
really interestingly, so I saw that the root wants to talk to the throat chakra, and it's like, oh, why do they want to talk directly? And then as I kind of zoomed out a little bit, I saw there's like these connections between each of the chakras, almost like you can hotwire chakras together instead of them using their connection between each chakra. It's like they're like, third eye is connected to crown, and then it's also connected
Mm.
down to root. And it's a bit of a mess. Um, so yeah, if you want to focus on the throat, and I'll just scan down and try and bring all this mess into like the main channel.
That sounds
Um,
great.
and I'll do the roots.
Okay.
Just starting at the crown.
Yeah, so I'm seeing like this block in the throat, and I'm physically feeling it, like I'm having to clear my throat. Um, if there's, I feel like there's things that need to be said, and it's like the the way you want to say it may come out harsh if you don't stop and think about it to that person. Like it's a loved one or someone very important in your life that you need to say something, like it's a crucial conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason why it's connected to the root is because we really need this grounding to be in the body to be able to say this message in the right way to this person. So what I want to say, what's coming through is sometimes when we approach speaking to someone, we approach them speaking to them in a way of with our feelings, and we approach it with the anger that we're feeling. So it comes off with anger, and that person feels it and may not take it the right way. But anger is like this iceberg. And if you look at anger, underneath the iceberg, there's a lot of other emotions that come with it, like grief and hurt, um, different things that are attached to that. So I'm inviting you to speak to this person, whoever it is, from that angle of grief, from the angle of hurt, so that the message is relayed in a way that they can truly understand you instead of the anger speaking. So I want to clear away this negative energy within the throat. We're just clearing it away, trying to see the balance within it. Make some balance in the throat. Almost feel like I need to like wash it away, wash it. So I'm just bringing in some water energy, just cleansing it, washing away any dirt that may be stuck, clearing out. Okay. I do want to just bring in some light energy into that throat, just to replace what we have taken out. Just bringing that energy in. Okay. John, what are you feeling?
Fabulous. Oh, it's just such a beautiful message you're sharing. And I saw the same message, um, but since I think it's since I was looking at the root chakras, almost like I was shown the same scale but upside down. So it was just like you uh when you find it hard to say these things, Nathan, you can work your way up to your heart, which is where you could ask what would love do? Like what would love say? And I saw that where you actually feel is like it's down at your root. You feel like your lowest kind of consciousness and vibration is where you currently feel this kind of loggerhead where you'd find it so hard to. And Nathan said it's his twin flame that he is the only person who has trouble expressing his truth completely. Um, and yeah, I feel like what you can do is it's almost like Manda's suggesting, like to kind of do a little map of those emotions and say, well, if I responded with this emotion, what would that feel like for me to express, and how do I feel that that would be received? And it's almost like you take someone on a journey. You know, we often hear meet someone at their vibration, like meet them where they're at, and then take them on that journey. And remember that the reason that uh, both Nathan and Amanda are so focused on the throat is because that's your truth. No one else's. No one else can tell you how you feel.
Mhm.
And starting with your feelings is hugely powerful because there's no wrong. You can't say, I'm wrong to feel something. And you'll know that if someone tells you that you're wrong to feel something, that that's not a great relationship to be in, or at very least a great conversation.
Yeah.
And I do feel like focusing on your heart will help. But yeah, I did clear out some energy in the roots, and feels like that kind of convoluted mess of the connections between your chakras has cleared up a lot as well. So I hope that helps you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Wow, Manda, it's been such a pleasure. Don't
Yes.
go.
I
Stay
know. I
here.
wish I could stay forever, but
uh-huh.
life calls me and I have to answer emails and
And
do the
you shall do
whole
this work full time forever. Yay.
love it.
Whatever you choose, may it come true. But yeah,
Thank you.
seriously, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure
Yes.
having you on. And
Yes.
please do visit lotus.leo on Instagram and follow. I love watching your card pulls. They're really cool. And it'd
Oh,
be
thank
amazing
you.
to have you on again. That'd be so cool.
Oh, I would love to come back. Would love it, John.
Fabulous.
Awesome. Well, you all have a great rest of the time. I'm sending all the good vibes. And John, reach out to me whenever you want to do this again. I'm here.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Bye,
Take care.
everyone.
Goodbye. And now I'm alone. I'm going to take off my hat because it's actually quite hot. But isn't it a cool hat? I got this for my witches, my Halloween special for the in-person event we did. So that was a lot of fun. And I'm just going to do a little energy, what a clear up for Manda as she's left the session. Just bear with me a second. And it's funny, Amanda's just saying to me, "Yes, I've done it." At very least telepathically. So I hope that she does well and has a great rest of day. Okay, let me just get some water. Okay, I haven't verbally mentioned it yet, but I did post the special offer, Halloween only offer, which is on, um, you'll see it on my community page on YouTube. And this special offer is 50% off just for today to celebrate Halloween. There's a brand new guided healing meditation, which is very, very powerful. And it's basically a one-to-one session with me, where you basically, it goes into great depth about going back through your hidden witch wounds in past lives, facing them, seeing them, experiencing them safely, and then healing and integrating, and then bringing back any messages. And I've just been posting the first testimonial from my dear friend Fiona, and it's just so powerful that what she felt. So I, in part, you have her to thank for, um, well, you definitely have her to thank for the inspiration of creating it, and then also for the today's 50% off. So yeah, please do take a look at that. And of course, you can book me for a session also. I'd say the difference with doing like buying one of these healing sessions is that you do it in your own time. You can kind of, you tend to go in a lot more depth because there's no like, you know, human chat between us. Um, but what's really helpful is probably both together. Maybe I'll offer that as a combined service where you do the offline, you know, do the meditation yourself, and then I can do the part with you one to one, and you can ask questions real time, and we can talk to your guides real time, and you know, go into real specifics. So it's all a lot of fun. Um, as we're chatting, I'll just pull that up. That meditation from my website. And Kim B is next. So I'll be with you in just 1 second. It was so amazing having Manda on. It was just such an honor. I was chatting with her just before we went live, and she was saying, like I was saying to her, how she changed my life, like how her single session, her single 30-minute session with me really did change everything for me. And now I'm doing this work full time. And you know, would I have got into this energy work without her? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it would have been some other way, but uh, she was definitely like a catalyst in my life. And you know, sometimes we underestimate what we do for others. Um, just you know, in often simple tasks. So, or they seem simple to us, right? Like if I write someone a song, it only takes me about 20 minutes, but I know for others, it's a huge thing. Okay, Kim B is next. And that's, I've just pasted in the link. So Kim B, could I get an Akashic reading? Yes, you can. Akashic. I have received some strange vibrations recently. Cool. Or not cool, strange. Okay. And yeah, I've had quite a lot of witch wound sessions this week with clients, so they're a lot of fun, and I can do them like one to one on Zoom. Uh, it's like it's this handless wand. I can do them one to one on Zoom, or I can also do you the recording. So you just give me permission, send me a photo, or like a recent photo of yourself. Um, it's just so I can get a sense of your energy, and then I do the recording and send it on to you. And I love those because I get to go into such depth. And the wand, yeah. Okay. So just asking Kim B to step forwards, your guides and higher self, and everyone else to step back to give us plenty of space. And I'd like to ask Archangel Metatron to open the Akashic Records, open the Akashic Records, open the Akashic Records for Kim B. Okay, it's really fascinating. So I'm being shown a book. So Archangel Metatron's like, he's giving me this book. And what's fascinating about it is that I'm seeing in the book itself, there's these vibrations. They look like circular rings, and they feel like scalar waves, and they're pulsing through the book, and they're coming through it. And I'm being told at the same time there's this story, like it's a, I mean, Akashic record books are often like stories. It's been like opening the file of strange vibrations affecting Kim B. Um, but what are these? Wow. So they're coming from you, Kim, and they're these vibrations are coming from you. So they're generated by you, but they're also being like sent and received. They feel like this reminds me of my Lemurian past life of long distance communication. It's these pulses of energy that I don't know if this is what exactly what like dolphins can do, but that seems the most similar like earth creature we have just now, or mammal that we have just now. And it's like this pulsing wave. It's almost like boom, boom, and that they can increase in frequency or decrease in frequency. So in other words, they tighten as they rise up in frequency, and just hearing my ears ring, and then also they can widen and become lower, and it's almost like this pulsing, like this zoom, 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 zoom. And yes, thank you, Nathan, and thank you others for. I'm sure there's someone else as well. Thank you for buying the witch wound healing. That's really beautiful and kind of you. Thank you. Excited to hear your feedback on it. Okay. So it's interesting. I'm being asked not to like open the book, but to take a look at you. Now you've asked for a reading, so I'm not going to do a healing on you, Kim B, but I will take a look at your. It feels like a lot of it's centered around the heart. It's the heart's where you generate this energy. And it feels like these will affect um yeah, it's just 50% off the witch wound healing, but not the session itself. Uh as Lotus Bloom was asking. Um so yeah, grounding practice is really helpful for you, Kimby. So this helps with any excess um energy or vibrations that are being um like caused by excessive energy within you, and also like help settle your heart and settle um your solar plexus in particular. It feels like this powerhouse of energy of vibrations between your throat, mainly from your heart as the engine, sometimes expressed through the throat and sometimes through the solar plexus. And what is the purpose of this? I'm just asking your guide, and also seeing if I can get an answer from this book of your strange vibrations. It's a yeah, it's for communicating long distances. That I keep seeing like this. It's like you're trying to talk to one of your guides using a way that you used to do this in the past, um, in past lives, and it feels like a Lemurian past life, just towards the end of what we know is like the third dimensional Lemurian golden age. And so the advice is to like bring that energy when you want to talk to your spirit guides, and you could do this with my free meditations. The talk to your spirit guide meditation is like going from your heart, and instead of like pulsing it out of you, which you can learn how to do, like I feel like that's something you're going to learn how to do, but um, instead of like going for that superpower first, like develop like your human ability to work with the crown chakra and connecting up to your guide. And it feels like there's the guide that steps forward has stepped forward is, at the moment, is not the guide that can communicate through this. Kim, yeah, Metatron through the book of me last time. He's been very polite since. Yeah, the guide that currently is like stepping forwards for you is not the one that can send and communicate with these big pulses. So instead, like focusing on working with the crown chakra. And this is often the case, right? Like we're given visibility of a superpower, and then we're drawn to the practice that will take us on a journey to reconnecting with it and activating it. Um, so I hope that helps. It's really cool gift to have, and it feels like you'll have very strong abilities for both communication and healing if you choose to develop that gift. So yeah, focus on grounding and the talk to your spirit guides meditation. I'm just leaving a note for myself. I don't often look at these notes, but I just look back if someone's asking for something a few times so I can check. Okay, so this is for Mbali. Mbali Morgan. I just discovered that I'm emotionally detached. Please help me clear any blockages you are observing. Thank you. Please help me clear any blockages that you're observing. Okay, emotionally detached. Let's get some more water. I don't know if you ever do this thing, and sorry for the gulping. Um, Whenever I drink, and the reason I had three gulps there is I just, as soon as like my lips meet the glass, I just say, body, how many gulps? And it's really helpful, right? Like I seem to get an answer no more than 10, but because that's probably how much my body can absorb in a short period of time, I guess. Okay. So just asking Kimby and everyone else step back and asking Mbali to step forwards, your guide and higher self. Excuse me. So I'm just scanning down through you to see if there's like to understand the cause of this detachment. And I'm not really. Oh, we can't hear the gulping. That's good. I think that's Zoom. It's the magic of Zoom filtering it out. Yeah, please do drink plenty of water, everyone. Sip, sip. So yeah, the Kevin doesn't. So that's right, Kevin the mic. Um, this let me show you Kevin the mic. He's famous, right? He's famous from the "Hi, it's John" videos because that's exactly how I talk in the morning. But yeah, and he's often like sat right next to my throat, so you can hear everything. Zoom is very good. I guess they invested a lot during our lockdowns. Okay, so as I scanned down, what I saw in Bali was like this, like, and I don't think I've seen this before, like an actual, like an energetic detachment. I see your, and I just feeling it like strongly in your heart. It's like over to the side. Which side is it? It's over to your right side. It's like there's a misalignment of your against the spine. There's a misalignment to the side of your. It's like your chakras and meridians. So it's an energetic detachment. Let me just ask your guide about this. Through trauma, and there has been some energetic attacks on you also that have like I've seen this like there's been entities that have like come by really fast and like try to pull you out of your body. There's no sign of them just now. So let me just help realign you from the highest dimension of source above. I bring down a column of golden light just above your crown chakra, setting intention to clear, to heal, to energize, and to reattach and bring alignment. So I'm just going to work my way down through each of the chakras, crown, third eye, Throat. And yeah, most of it's at the heart. Let me just spend my time here. Antara uro imiriaya intora usuromoto. To the light body, please return into the heart space. Good. And the solar plexus, which is closer already. Sacral. And sorry, solar and sacral. And down into sacral and root. Grounding into earth. Okay, good. I'm just checking to see for any blockages and just scanning around your auric field, around your body. Just some patches in your auric field and your aura, which I'm just removing. Turn to source or never return here again. And then there's something just in your solar plexus. Let me just pull this out. So it's dark entity. Ira unorum. Ah. Return to source or never return here again. And then working all the way down through to the root and deep into there. Good. I hope that helps. That was like a bit like performing energetic open heart surgery in a live stream. So it was a big thing in Bali. Please do drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest. No further signs of any entities attached to you, and just feel that in your heart space at this time. Like that's a big shift for you. So I hope it helps you reconnect. And a really good practice of like when you're feeling emotionally detached is often, one good practice is to confront some of those feelings and write down some of the feelings that you can feel in like one column, and then some of the feelings that you feel are just not there, like they're numbed. And it might be a very short list. And the practice is really to bring your awareness to it, and it's about the feeling, right? And it's the feeling that brings you back to your heart space. And you can also practice like placing your hand on your heart and start a self-love practice, like saying, I love you. Like, and the first thing I say in the morning when I see myself in the mirror is I say, John, I love you. I love you, John. Um, and it's funny. It always makes me laugh because it's a bit cringy to say, but the emotion is always love, and building that self-love, cultivating self-love is a great way of bringing you back to your heart. So I hope that helps in Bali. Okay. And thank you, Viviani, for your continued keeping us on track. That's really kind. So Linda Duntra, should I move from where I live? Now I don't feel comfortable. Should I move? Great question. Okay, so it's getting tangled up in my headphone lead. Um, so for Linda, let's ask. I'm trying to sit in the Lotus position on a piano stool, which is quite funny. Okay, so just asking everyone else step back, give it space, and wishing Mbali a smooth integration. And Linda, please let us know if you're here. So I'm just asking your guides and higher self to step forwards. Um, Even if you're not here, Linda, like I'd usually just wait, but since it's a reading, um, just means you can't ask questions if you're not here. So it's okay for me to proceed. What I will say is that you there's this swirling energy where you live. It's a portal, like a vortex, and it's spinning around. It's quite large. It's near where your home is, like your home is on the edge of it. and it's affecting quite a few um, people and beings in the area. Like I describe, when you walk into a street and you just feel like, regardless of how it looks, you feel the energy is low and or chaotic or like angry or frustrated or whatever the emotions are. Like it's real, right? It's a real thing. So just drawing your attention to like your there's always a reason, and this is like good news and bad news, right? There's always a reason why we get placed in these places is often to help with these energies, and you can see them as like almost like wounds in the energetic grid of planet Earth that Mother Gaia would love our help. Um, so yes, you can move out of that, and that's one way of dealing with it. Depends how much you love the space. If you want to, and you're here, if you want to do work, if you really want to stay, then there's work to be done with the ground, with the area, and there's a few practices you can do. One is you can take a look at the like a map, like maybe print off a map or just on your phone or a computer, just like a little copy and paste of Google Maps in your area, and then you can either do this in like a meditation, which will help like do some breathing and set up a safe space, and then just highlight the areas where you feel need the most attention. And this, by attention, it means like closing off any open portals, closing this vortex that seems to be like sucking energy down, um, and also your love energy, which is infinitely strong and powerful, that you can bring down from the highest dimension of source into that area, will really help settle and calm that energy. Um, if you'd like me to, I can spend a few minutes now and see if I can close the vortex, and then it's really up to you to send love energy to that space and then to the rest of the area as well. Or just let me know if you'd like me to close the vortex where you live while I drink some water. I'll give you a minute to answer, Linda. Um, the question is, do you want me to close this vortex where you live? I'll give you another more minute, and if I don't hear, we'll leave it at that. Um, she answered above, John. Oh, great. Maybe I missed it. Okay, great. Um, okay, I will close this vortex for you. So to do it fast, I'm not going to speak out loud about all the things I do, but I'm basically bringing down source love energy just above Linda's home in the area. Ira unturo mara. I'm working with Gaia and the local elements to bring this, to heal this like whirlpool vortex of energy. Aram. I'm just bringing this love energy. I'm just going to allow this energy to continue to flow down. To flow down. It's like a raining waterfall, just pouring down and then down into earth. Okay, good. And just allow that cycle to continue to run for the area. I hope that helps. It felt like yeah, it was a wound that kind of just like was spinning and spinning and like growing out of control. Well, thank you so much for your donation. That's so kind. Greatly appreciated. Okay, I hope that helps, Linda. And best of luck with whatever you decide. Um, and so next, um, Lotus Bloom. And it's funny, you always remind me of Lotus Leo, Manda that was on earlier. And new member, welcome. Can I have a blockage clearing between my twin flame and I? Um, okay, so I can my hi Lotus Bloom. My limitation will be you, so I can help you. I can't help your your twin flame directly. But let's take a look. So just asking everyone else to step back and for Lotus Bloom to step forwards, your guides and higher self. Okay, yeah, it's like this. Is this like how to describe this? Like this, it's almost like this steel loop that runs from your heart to your twin flame and then back. And it's like you're doing this. You're like, well, if you do this, I'll do this. If you do this, I'll do this. Like there seems to be this strong, like it's like a really rigid connection. So I can and I can see how it's blocking. It's almost like you say this, I say that. We do this, you do that. If you do this, I'll do that. And it's like but it's between the both of you. Um, so what I'm going to do is just bring in source energy, this love energy from the highest dimension of source down into your heart. And I'm just going to send it through this loop. Now, it may only affect your side of it, but I'm just going to bring this softening energy, this love energy in. And really, we want our love to be flexible. You know, love is incredibly flexible and strong, and love is never conditional. You know, true love is not conditional. So yeah, I hope that helps soften the connection between you and bring more flexibility. And the blockage itself, let me just see if there's any other blockage. Feels like there's a bit on your sacral chakra as well. Seems to be a small entity in there. I'm just going to remove this. Return to source. When I return it again. Good. Down to ground. So what I encourage your heart to do is like open up Lotus Bloom to allow this connection with your twin flame to like be, it's more like a radiance of love. Like we broadcast love out unconditionally and we receive love unconditionally. So like that giving and receiving is very free flowing. So I hope that that helps. Um, so there was a question I was going to answer. I totally forgot what it was. Oh yeah, it was my own question. Um, because Viviane was saying, "Oh, there's a lot of talk about twin flames." Um, I don't know if this is like a helpful statement for me to make. You know, we're all entitled to our personal beliefs. Um, to explain my personal belief about twin flames, I don't really resonate with the concept. I mean, there's lots of different concepts in terms of it, right? And I've been married for 26 years, and it's I think the important thing is um, to know that we have strong connections with many beings and often through multiple lifetimes. And also be wary of those who we know from past lives, like, oh, I know them from a past life. But just just be aware that it's really important that the you use your sovereignty and your judgment in every single moment in every single lifetime. And so don't be worried about whether they're for you for the rest of your life or not. So it's I'll leave you to have your own beliefs about twin flames. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Lane was asking, John, is there anything going on with the chat? After taking an hour and a half from my morning and thinking I've spent it talking to the air, I'd asked for a read at the beginning. Um, so all I can say is I and Viviane spend many hours each week doing these readings for free. It's up to you if you join the chat, and it's up to you if you choose to request. There's no guarantees that you get your request serviced. We don't mind the odd reminder, but please do not complain about whether you've had a reading or not. Don't complain and chase Viviane. if people continue to play, they're randomly picked, and if you make multiple complaints, I'll be end up in a situation eventually where I have to block you, because we do want to be able to get through other people and keep the chat flowing as smoothly as we can. If you have better ideas about how we can better service you, then please do share. At the moment, this is the best way that we can do so. And also, you can come back. We do this Mondays and Thursdays, so you're more than welcome. So I hope that that helps you. Um, and yes, the chat isn't perfect, and sometimes they'll just eventually disappear. So that's why we don't mind the odd one being reminded. Okay, so let's end of rant. Penelope, I have had 3 back surgeries. Last one, um, 123. Oh, is that the 23rd of January? Um, in US calendar format. In the UK, it's the other way around. Fractured before and again after surgery. Pain is still awful in upper back. Okay, Penelope. Um, so 3 back surgeries, and you said it's awful in your upper backs. Okay, it's just asking everyone else to step back, and then asking Penelope to step forwards, your guides and higher self. 3 back surgeries from those who'd like to understand how we can best help Penelope with your upper back. Um, so just taking a look now, as a scan down from the highest dimension of source above. I'm just scanning down to see what I can see. I'm just looking around. I'm just turning around. I was looking from the front, looking now down the back and your upper back. I'm seeing like these bands of, it's almost like temperature bands or heat bands I can see. I'm just being drawn into, is this a trapped nerve I can see? I'm just asking Archangel Raphael to take a look. It does look like one of the vertebrae is not quite in alignment. I would have thought that would be picked up in like scans. It seems to be coming in and out. I would need to I would need to count down um each of the different vertebrae to find it, but it feels more like I'm to focus on your nerve first. We take a look. Mm. Okay. Just helping bring alignment. And I'm just going to gently push, put a little bit of pressure. I'm just heating up the area around this vertebrae that seems to lack alignment. Mm. Okay, good. I feel that's a little bit helpful. Let me just check the look from the front now. Just spin you around. I ora inara. bringing further alignments and around the rib cage, helping straighten up the back. And I'm going to bring down this column of golden light and just allow this to flow freely throughout your spine and connections through your chakras, all the way down out to your hands, all the way down to your feet, and deep into the core, Mother Earth. Good. I hope that helps you, Penelope. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Felt like there was a lot going on there, and I hope that your other surgeries start to at least help. And let me know in the chat if I was able to help with your back there. And yeah, let me know who's next. And Karen. Hello, Tina. Um, so I would love to have a pineal gland clearing, please, and any healings needed. Oh, that's lovely. It's lovely because it's very specific. I love that. I often wondered about my pineal gland when I, my early stages of awakening, as I started to learn more about it and to understand, the importance of it, and how I don't know what it's like in the US or Canada or other countries, but in the UK they put a lot of fluoride um, into the water system, and that causes like problems where you end up um, like with a lot of calcification around the pineal gland. So let me just see on the highest dimension of source above, or bring down a column of golden light, and I'm just working my way down, Karen, into your third eye. I'm just asking your higher self and guide to assist. Yeah, it seems your pineal gland looks quite still, and the pineal gland's kind of like a walnut. Yours is like, it's almost like it's frozen in time. And yeah, there is some calcification around the outside. It's it's alive, but it's like oh, you said, Karen, you know you have fluoride in your water, um, and it's not, you know what this seems important to share with the group. It's important to know that even though there is, you know, various things that we know aren't good for us that happen to us both with our consent, kind of with implicit consent. For example, if you drink water with fluoride, um, or the absolute consent that you just feel, happy doing it. It's like whether it's fluoride or anything else, any other toxins that go into our body, what what those who try and poison us or control us kind of know is that we're unstoppable and that we are evolving. We're working out ways of how to overcome these, and our bodies are evolving even within this lifetime. So it's important to know that we can help transcend these challenges. So, and for example, I know sound frequency is fantastic for the pineal gland, and including humming, it's really, really powerful. So making the om sound. So by doing that as I clear out your pineal gland, Karen, and you can join me at the same time as you wish. Even if you can't meet the same pitch, just do it like an octave higher or whatever feels right for you. So just first of all, just breaking off that very crusty calcification around the outside of your pineal gland. There's quite a lot. Return to source whenever return here again. It's still a bit sleepy, so I'm just going to wake it up with some Dragonlight language. Da-da. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that got its attention. Okay, good. Connecting down. So the crown, the third eye, pineal gland, connecting with your brain, across your head, your throat, and then down through the heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra root, and deep into the earth. Good. I hope that helps. It's like your pineal gland's kind of like this. It's like waking up and looking around. And I'm just going to send in like a little healing energy just around the outside of your pineal gland so that it has like a protective layer for as long as that feels right for you, Karen. And you can remove this golden bubble of protection around your pineal gland whenever you wish, or if you don't, it'll dissolve in the next 3 days. I hope that helps you. Um, and Penelope was just saying, following our healing, the pain has eased. It flares when I send. It flares. I've lost it. Just the chat just jumped for me. It flares when I'm sending love energy to others. That makes sense. Yeah, it felt like it was it's above the heart, just above the heart on your back, which I do a great deal. Thank you for your energy. No, it's a pleasure. I hope that helps you on your journey. Okay. So Joe Megan B, hello. You'd appreciate a healing and or clearing wherever feel drawn to. Thank you. And drinking lots of water. My pleasure, Karen. Thank you for being open. I would say that the more that that people that receive this healing are open to it, then it's really helpful to just allow this energy to come into you and to trust. It does help. It's very much a two-way thing, and know that really at the core of this, I am helping your body and your energy system heal itself. I mean, I know I like pull things out of bodies and do all these things, but your body doesn't need, you have evolved to not need people like me. It's more a lot of what I'm doing is bringing your attention to how to do some of these things. And wherever I can, I'll share, knowledge and train you about how to do it yourself because we're all capable of these things. Okay, so this is a healing for Joe Megan B or clearing. Okay. And Bally was saying, I know John asks others to step back, but is it possible to receive healing while John is working on someone else? Yes, it is. It is. I'm very intentional about, as you can tell, I'm very intentional about who I work with when I'm doing it. If there's no coincidence, right, why you're here, right? Everyone comes here for reasons, and often these messages and healings do affect multiple people. Okay, so just asking everyone else step back, and for Joe, Megan Beat step forwards. Your higher self and guide, please. And to offer healing and clearing. I'm seeing you're showing me Joe Megan B. Like I'll call you Joe. You're showing me these some dark things that you see, and also that you feel. So your third eye, and then your heart. It seems to be darkness you see in others. It's quite unpleasant, but you're suppressing it. Interesting. There's yeah, there's a lot to explain about I don't know how I describe all this, but uh when you're witnessing something, Joe Megan B, and then you're not happy with how it looks and feels, it's like that energy infects you. It's like you don't really know how to deal with it. Um, oh yeah, I'm just feeling that on your heart. That is tough. So when you're seeing like entities attached to other people or other entities in the environment around you, I don't know that you're consciously aware because it feels like your third eye keeps trying to shut down, like it's trying to protect yourself. I'm just feeling it that in my stomach too. Because yeah, your third eye is trying to push away this energy and it's pushing it down into you and not like rejecting it out. So I'm bringing down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source above, and then just working down through your crown chakra, setting the intention to clear and to heal and to energize the third eye. So just clearing your third eye is all kind of filled up with quite negative energy. Let's remove this. Ura tara. Return to source or never return here again. Okay, good. And then what's interesting is you you have like I'm sure I never used to see this, and now I see it almost all the time now, is that we have like this third, it's almost like a Mandela effect for the third eye. We have this, many of us have a third eye like eyelid, and it's like a visor and it allows you to put it down, like to close your eye and to open it up. It's protective when you close it. Um, so what helps, something you can do, Joe Megan B, is like in a meditation in a morning, you can say, oh, I open up my third eye. So for example, if you set up a safe space, like we do at the start of the session, and then you allow yourself to just like see, maybe see one of your guides, start with your spirit guides, they're fantastic, or ask to see your higher self or even your soul. Start with, familiar entities and beings with you, and that will help the practice of opening your third eye. And when you're done, say close your third eye. Now, just to be clear, just like in real life, real life is all real, but just like in the real life we're used to in the third dimension, if you close your eyes and then you like, run out into the street or run into a fight or something, it doesn't mean that you're safe. It just means that you can't see it, right? So, uh, but I understand that for some people, opening their third eyes is scary, and that's also why it comes into your heart. Often your heart can help the most when you're training your third eye. It can help with the discernment of like what dimension does that sit in? Does that being have my highest good or not? And then if I'm ready, you can um like release that energy from your heart and push it out of you. So just coming down through the throat chakra, just allowing your upper chakras and your throat to align and open up. And then into the heart. Yeah, there's like some wounds just on the outside of your heart. So let me heal these. That's good. And then removing this dark energy. There's an entity in there as well. It's quite large, but like it's like almost like the size of your heart, this entity. Return to source or never return here again. And then coming down into your solar plexus. Good. Sacral and root. Into the ground. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's very helpful. Um let me know. You decide. You tell me, Joe Megan B. Um, did that help you or not? Did my observations and feelings about your third eye help you? And definitely practicing like opening and close it will help. Oh, and there's that one last thing. That's what was on the tip of my mind, was to share that you need to also practice, like if you see something, especially if it's like the corner of your eye, because you're not consciously focusing on it, your brain's not necessarily letting you see, then just say, if you see something that doesn't feel right for you or you want to know what it is, ask what it is. Does it have your highest good at heart? Place your hand on your heart as you ask this question. If you're not sure about the entity, or you just want to start by practicing by asking your guides, you can just say it out loud. Just say guides, like just stop what you're doing and say guides. Who was that? What is that? And then you can also tell them to leave immediately. And without being too rude, with because they have all beings have feelings, right? You can also just say, "You must leave the space immediately." That applies to all your home, or like a 2 meter bubble that you create around yourself. Okay, Laura S. Could you have an Akashic reading? Should you move to warmer climate? Oh, warmer climate. Don't move to Scotland if you want water. Sorry, hotter. There's plenty of water. Thank you, John. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge. Many blessings. My pleasure. And I hope that helps, Joe Beganby. So warmer climate. Laura. Sound like poetry. So just asking everyone else step back and asking Laura to step forwards. Your higher self and guides. And I'd like to open the Akashic records. They're still open from when I did them earlier for Archangel Metatron. Please assist with opening the Akashic records for Laura S. I'd like to understand the question, should she move to a warmer climate? Wow, it's just like so much all at the same time. Laura, so there's a few messages that they might lead to an answer about what's best for your longer term, but it feels like these are like foundational knowings for you to focus on first. So the first message I saw was that all climates have their hot spells and their cold spells. And Archangel Mestron's just laughing at me because I say this thing about where I live in Scotland. I live in Dunbar in Scotland, and it is the driest, one of the sunniest, and one of it's like the top 3 sunniest and top 3 driest places in Scotland. Now that sounds really cool, right? Now the irony is, what I say is, but it's a bit like being the coldest place in hell. So in other words, everything is relative. And what's really funny is that we climatize, right? So when, if you speak to people in Iceland, Greenland, the North Pole, like they tell you about an opposite for sunnier climates and warmer climates is like they say the other thing. They say that they climatize to that weather, and so when you're in it's lovely to visit because you feel more of the extreme, but when you live there, your body adjusts. And to know that there's going to be more, so this is like what's coming through the Akashic reading for you, is that there's going to be more fluctuations in weather. It's not, I'm seeing 2025 and 2026, like continued fluctuations now. Energetically, these are happening for 2 main reasons. One is the sun's activity and the ascension waves coming through the sun, causing more solar activity. And the second is that the Mother Gaia and her elementals, so her team of elementals around the world, are fluctuating the weather to respond to what humans are doing primarily. And sometimes this is like a reaction to disconnection of humans, like we're not connected enough to the land around the planet, that we're not respectful enough of the land. And to put it in perspective, many of the weather scientists and meteorologists don't. So they use artificial intelligence computers, right? And what artificial intelligence does is great at learning patterns. And so what the artificial intelligence is actually doing is it's learning how the sun works and to be able to predict solar storms, and also to predict the elementals and their effects that they're having, their reactions that they have along with Gaia to the planet. And so, you know, it's easy to get the cause wrong when trying to understand the weather and understand the climate. And so when you open your mind more to these other influences, and they are very, very powerful, right? We know how powerful, for instance, the moon is on us, and yet we don't pay a huge amount of, and it's so small compared to the sun, and it's not like radiating, constant energy. So it's really important to connect with these different sources and feel into that. And it both applies to where you live right now, Laura, and then where you consider in warmer climates. There was a second thing, okay, yeah, that's right. And it was to do with you, inside of you. So the outside of you opening up to these other influences and being aware of them. And secondly, the weather inside of you. So I love that, practice of meditation where you can look within you and say, okay, actually, there's this golden light within me, and it creates this warmth, it creates this fire in my heart, and it allows this sun within you to shine, and that fuel comes like in through your heart, through your soul into your heart, and it also, like that fire, burns inside of your solar plexus, and it keeps you warm. It's like, how do humans, like just today, like I was seeing in Scotland, it's a very Scottish thing, even though it's the 31st of October, to be wandering around in shorts and t-shirts. And I'm there in a jacket, and I've got like a hoodie on and a t-shirt and trousers, and everyone else is like, is totally crazy. They'll just wear really thin clothing, and it's because they're warm inside. And so you can cultivate that inner light, especially through things like meditation. You could try my free meditations, which are great. Of course, they're great. There's also things like gentle movement, like qigong, can be great for cultivating inner light. And what else is fantastic for it? Yeah, also like spending time with the sun, like in almost like a meditation, but connecting with the sun, opening up your heart to receive the sun's energy, and opening up your solar plexus. So if I'm standing out in my garden, which I'll be doing after this, I'll be staring at the sun and just allowing my heart to open, taking a deep breath, allowing my heart inside to open up and just receive this. So yeah, I hope that helps, and let me know, Laura, how that went for you. And yeah, Linda, you were asking about what I was doing for you. So yeah, just go back to the replay, and yeah, there was quite a lot of significant work for your vortex. It did respond well, but definitely, if you remember, if you watch it back and watch to the beginning of what I was saying about going around a map and then sending love energy into these places, that will really help you as well. Time for one more. Oh, okay, one more. I'll squeeze in one more. Okay, Viviani, let me know. And yeah, I wish that random had an influence on when you joined, but unfortunately, random has no effect on how long you've been here. But thank you for coming, and thank you for your support. So Emily is saying, John, can I please have a healing for my eyes and lungs, as well as any other issues or blockages? So your eyes and lungs. Okay. And yes, as someone was asking earlier, yeah, this work is no coincidence that, like, if you're here and you're watching the video and you're listening to it and it resonates with you, then of course, you can receive, open yourself up to receive the same healing. So yeah, I hope that that helps you. Um, okay, so just asking everyone else to step back, for Emily to step forwards, one of your guides, your higher self, and to assist with your eyes and lungs. Just, I'm just feeling what you've been having challenges with. Oh, that's really tough, Emily. I was this message came through, the connection between the eyes and lungs, that I've not really seen or felt before, but I was being shown that you are like feeling with your seeing with breath. And it's like when you breathe in, like you're seeing energy around you. Okay. So bringing down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source above, just above Emily's head, set the intention to clear, to heal, to energize, and then coming down just through your crown chakra, third eye, your brain. And I'm going to just continue down to the throat, then come back up to the eyes. So I was kind of looking from the back to the side. Now I'm just switching around. Okay, I'm paying particular. It's like the eyes, it's like your eyes are kind of like scorched. Okay. And I'm just taking a look around the eyeball now and the retina. And just extending this healing energy out and out around the nose and sinuses and throughout your skull. Okay. And then coming down through your throat. Okay. And then just feeling like that dryness and then coming out to the lungs. And just draining out what feels like quite horrible energy. It's almost like water on the lungs, Emily, and just removing this. Return to source, or never return here again. Just scanning up and down through your lungs and around your heart. Okay, good. Then scanning down through the rest of your body. Out through the feet, down to the ground, down to the earth, out through the hands. Okay. Yeah, I think that's as much as I can help at the moment. I hope that helps you, Emily. Yeah, you're saying you can barely breathe. I'm sorry to hear that. My dad recently had water on the lungs, both lungs, a lot of it, and I could see how difficult that was to breathe. But I felt like that's definitely a good start. I hope this helps you. And just checking through again. Yeah, that's as much as I can do just now. I hope that helps you. Okay. Well, thank you, Emily. Thank you, everyone who's joined us today. Happy Halloween to you all. It's been an honor to help as many people as we reasonably can get through. I think we got through Candy, Suzette, Amy, Maggie, Nathan, Mbali, Linda, Lotus Bloom, Penelope, Karen. We got through about 13 people. So yeah, it's been a real honor to help as many as we can. And we'll be back on Monday with the incredible Viviane here in the live stream. And thank you so much. Please do have a beautiful Halloween, celebrating Samhain and Halloween and anything else you celebrate. And just being reminded, be aware of the power of the energy at midnight, your time of Halloween. It's like when the veil is thinnest. And it's sometimes we forget and think it's all over by then. So if you want to get closer to other dimensions, please do. And yes, please do check out Manda. It was just such an honor to have her on live stream. It was really enjoyable. And she's such an incredibly gifted soul. And I look forward to having more guests on as well. I keep inviting people. If you think people would be a good match to work with me and my energy, please feel free to send them on. And so, yes, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again on Monday. So I'm asking everyone to close, as we close the session, just asking everyone else to step back, to step out of the session, remain in your individual golden bubbles for as long as you choose. As I tidy up the session, return to source or never return here again. And happy Halloween, everyone. And yeah, Karen, if you're right, maybe you're right that Sam saying actually begins at sunset. I love that. The power of sunset. I think the sun's already set here, so that'll be me out in the dark and saying hello to we call it guising here. I think in the US it's trick or treat. Yeah, please drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, enjoy yourselves, and we look forward to servicing as many people as we reasonably can again on Monday. Take care, everyone. Sending so much love. Love you. Bye.